Today's the day. Ginger Runner. What's up everybody, Ethan Newberry here for another GingerRunner.com review. Today I am reviewing the shoe that you have all asked for me to review. Many of you are Newton-ites out there running in Newton shoes. I've been running in Newton shoes for many years. I love them, I think they're fantastic, and today is no exception. The Newton Energy NR. Energy NR. Energy NR. Alright, first things first, I actually found out about this shoe right around the Boston Marathon 2013. Newton was awesome and brought me with them to Boston. I saw a couple Newton employees wearing early versions of the Energy NR. And I was all like, hey, what kind of shoe is that? And they were all like, we can't tell you, it's against the rules. And I was like, come on, tell me, I'm the Ginger Runner. They're like, no. Well, guess what? I finally got my hands on a fresh pair of Energy NRs, and I like them. I like them a lot. And there's a couple specific reasons as to why. This is not your regular gravity or distance shoe. As you'll notice on the bottom, there's a different setup for the lug system. It is still the action-reaction first-gen technology, from what I gather. But there's a lot going on in the shoe that I have learned to like in other shoes, and I'm glad Newton decided to incorporate those characteristics into this shoe. It's not all good. There are a couple of qualms with this shoe. Small, but still possible deal breakers for some of you. Regardless, I'm really excited that Newton decided to come out with this shoe. I am just gonna get on with the review and tell you what I like and dislike about the Newton Energy NR. Things that I like. The 5-lug system. Very similar to the MV Squared, MV2, and MV3, the new model that they just announced. There are 5 lugs on the bottom of this shoe. I like that idea. A lug for every metatarsal. Now the benefit of the 5-lug system is that you also have a lug on the outer edges of your shoe. They're a little bit wider than the 4-lug system that you'll find on the Gravity and the Distance, and I like that because it actually contributes to the stability. So I'm a big fan of the 5-lug system, and I know that they're incorporating it into a number of their shoes now, and I'm glad they are. I'm gonna call it the midfoot transition plate, which is that big glob of black rubber right here in the middle of your midfoot. This is where this shoe really differs from any of the other Newton shoes. Going from Newtons to other shoes, back to Newtons to other shoes, back to Newtons as a shoe reviewer, I was beginning to have problems just jumping right into the 4-lug system because my legs and my feet get used to other shoes without the 4 lugs. Those 4 lugs provide you with a nice pop, but this midfoot plate actually provides you with a real smooth transition into the lugs. You can still feel the lugs. I guarantee you can still feel the lugs. They're smaller, they're less pronounced, but this midfoot transition plate just guides you into those front lugs and really helps you become a midfoot to forefoot striker. They are considering this a transition shoe, so people who are coming from typical road shoes, Asics, Saucony, New Balance, Nike, your everyday running brands, transitioning into a Newton shoe, they're recommending this as your transition shoe. I'm gonna go as far as to say this shoe would work for anybody. The experienced forefoot runner, the experienced Newton runner, to the brand new just learning how to forefoot midfoot strike. I think this shoe is great for everybody. Soft EVA. Now this shoe is super cush. Just the profile of the shoe alone, you can tell it's a lot different than other Newton shoes. It's pretty consistent all the way across the board as to the thickness of the EVA. It's really soft EVA, so it kind of absorbs all the shock. I think it really comes in handy on those longer runs when your legs and your feet become a bit fatigued. For those of you looking to go really fast and be really precise with your stride, you're gonna get a bit of sloppiness out of the EVA, but I love it. I love a little bit of extra cush, and these shoes got it. The action-reaction technology. Now this is just something that is in every Newton shoe, but I'm glad that they incorporated it into this shoe rather than their 2nd generation action-reaction, which doesn't have the pockets. On their website, now they're saying that these 5 lugs have the pockets of air beneath them, so they have that membrane system. I haven't cut the shoe in half to see, so I'm just gonna have to trust that it exists. But I love that technology, and I love the way that it feels in my forefoot. It gives you that nice pop that we've all come to love from a Newton shoe. It fits like a Newton. Now, if you've already run a Newton shoes, any of them, the Isaac, Gravity, Distance, any of that, you'll feel right at home in the Energy NR. For those of you who are more experienced, sizing's the same, upper's extremely comfortable. All the benefits you're used to in a Newton shoe are gonna be in the Energy NR. And I love the removable insert. Now, a huge majority of shoes come with the insoles, right? Already built into the shoe. What's great about this shoe is that by removing the insole, you actually reduce the heel drop 2 to 3 millimeters. So it goes from a 6 millimeter drop to anywhere from a 2 to 3 millimeter. It's kind of right in the middle there. And that changes the shoe entirely. So for those of you who are expert Newtonites who run in the distance, you love that forefoot pop with those 4-lug systems, I think by taking out the insole, you just change the characteristics of the shoe entirely, and it all of a sudden becomes a really cush distance shoe. Now with all those likes aside, there are a couple of dislikes about this shoe, so just a heads up. Stink. These shoes stink. Listen, I'm just gonna preempt this by saying my feet smell, okay? My feet smell, but not okay, yes, terribly. But really only after really long runs or if I've worn a shoe a lot do I smell my feet in a shoe. I hadn't run in the shoe more than 2 times, I nearly threw the shoes out. I can't get my nose close to these things without smelling that awful smell of my feet. And how do I know that it's not just my feet? Because no other shoe that I own, even shoes that I've run 50 miles in multiple times, have the smell that these shoes have. I think it's something with the upper. I think whatever fabric that they use to create the upper absorbs stink. Maybe doesn't let the moisture get out of there quite as quickly as other uppers. Something in there is allowing stink to stick, hold like glue, and make me nauseous. They stink. The heel cup. Now, a number of people have said that the heel cup is too low on the back end for them. So when they put their foot in, it feels like the heel is very loose on the back, even by using the additional lace holes there to really lock it in. I did not have this problem, but I know a number of people, including my long legs, my girlfriend. So just a heads up, I would recommend trying these on in the store, making sure that you do get a good heel lock in there. That way you're not running around getting a little bit of heel flippy floppy in there, okay? God knows we don't need any heel flippy floppy. And finally, they're a little bit heavy. They're about 9 ounces. I understand that it's a introduction to Newton shoes. It's for those people looking to transition into Newton shoes, so they're not really caring much about weight and going for a really lightweight shoe. They have plenty of other shoes that are lightweight, but man, if this shoe was under 7 ounces, under 7.5 ounces, or around that area, I would just think this was the bee's knees. Who uses that term? Regardless, great shoe. So there you have it. That's it for dislikes. I mean, not many, but some of them can be deal breakers for you guys, depending on if your heel is huge, small, tight, you don't like smell, weight is an issue, whatever. It's just a good shoe. I really, really love the fact that they created it. The 5-lug system is awesome. The mid-plate system is awesome. I can imagine this is also where a lot of that weight is added, is this big chunk of rubber right here. So that's pretty much it for the Newton Energy NR. I have come to the conclusion that I like it. It is a good shoe. Me like, Ginger approved. But of course we have to get on with the points. Quality. I give the shoe 4 out of 5 on quality. I think that the heel cup issue is one of the major issues that a lot of people have had with the shoe, so I have to dock them a point for that. Comfort, again, extremely comfortable shoe, especially on those long runs. 4 out of 5. I again knocked them off a point, specifically for the heel issue a lot of people have had, and for the weight issue. Price. This is one of the higher scores I've given to Newton in the price category. 4 out of 5. $119 this shoe is. Save yourself that $60 that you're gonna spend on a higher end Newton shoe and at least try this one out. And finally, looks. 4 out of 5. Bright colors. Me like. The other color options in the Newton Energy NR are not as great. I like the bright yellow. I think it's pretty cool. So I had to give them 4 out of 5. That brings our total to 16 out of 20 for the Newton Energy NR, which is a great score from the Ginger Runner, of course. So again, I enjoy this shoe. I think you guys will too. I think this is one of the best shoes to come out of Newton in a number of years. It's extremely comfortable. I love it for the long runs. You get a bit of that pop. It's great for new midfoot, forefoot runners, transitional runners, and old Newton-ites alike. I think it's just a really cool, all-around, solid running shoe. So that's it. If you guys like this video and you would like to share it with your friends and tell everyone, hey, look, the Ginger Runner was reviewing the Energy NR, and he has a pretty good review about it, please share this video, like and favorite it. But be sure to subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner, because I'm posting new reviews, new videos every single week, sometimes more than one. And of course, you can follow me on all the social networks over on Twitter, @thegingerrunner, on Facebook, facebook.com/thegingerrunner, and of course on Instagram, @EthanNewberry. But the hub to all of it is gingerrunner.com. So go check out the website. I've got reviews, race reports, blogs, all sorts of stuff going up there all the time, so you won't want to miss it. How about you? Have you guys run in Newton shoes? Which ones do you run in? And have you ran in the Energy NR, or is it a shoe that interests you? Let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you. In the meantime, I'm hoping you guys are getting out there and training really hard, racing even harder, and partying the hardest. Train, race, beer. That's what we live for. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Hey.